Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and today I'm speaking to Jeremy Lawrey of TSB and Rosemary Stark of Capgemini. And we're going to talk a little bit about the recently released Capgemini World Retail Banking Report. One of the things, findings from the report I found most interesting was, especially on Finextra, there's a lot of talk about the death of the branch, especially on the high street. Now TSB is, of course, on the high street. But the report found that people were really looking for a depth of service that they weren't seeing from digital channels, but were more likely to get from personal service in a branch. What do you make of those things?
I mean, at the heart of banking is trust, and when you're having a digital experience as sophisticated as those experiences are becoming, ultimately people are having to make their own choices and will typically look for reassurance from somebody. And I think into the future we'll see this delineation between branches and digital actually come together, and those lines will become even more blurred. I think at the moment you'll see some banks on the high street offering the ability to have a digital experience, but with a click of a button you can talk to somebody to help you through that experience, and then when you've had that conversation you can turn them off and then carry on. Looking forward, I would certainly see that the branch experience and the digital experience will come together far much more than we're seeing.
You know, how much potential do these new entrants have to make an impact on the market?
I think quite a lot. I mean, I think they will enrich the customer experience, and I think they'll open up new markets in a way that people will be able to consume products that really aren't available at the moment, that these new providers will offer, and in doing so make the entire banking experience better. And when we see that flowing into the high street banks, which inevitably it will, I think it can only bring a better experience to UK banking customers, and that's got to be a good thing for everybody.
I mean, how do you see these new entrants? Are they a disruptive force, or are they going to be an improving force?
I think disruptive for the banking sector, improving for the customers.
Very good answer.
However, I think the challenge for the banks is how do they beat some of these new entrants at their own game. So rather than treating new entrants perhaps as competitor, how can they almost disintermediate themselves by offering new straight-to-customer products in a way that maybe the traditional banks haven't done before? And how can they consider white labelling the more complex services to new entrants in a cost-effective way that maybe increases their top-line growth? So I think there are opportunities for the banking sector too, but fintech is not going to go away, and it's definitely going to drive customer and product change. The question is how quickly can banks embrace it and make some money out of it?
And we saw through the report that customers do want to deal, in many cases, face-to-face with somebody, and yet we would hope that with the advent of the fintech companies coming into the market, they may actually encourage people and through their offerings allow them to deal directly with those companies digitally, and in doing so will feel more comfortable dealing with their high street bank provider in the same way. So perhaps coming together may actually be good for the industry as well.
Rosemary, Jeremy, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.